JambarTV, I'm Kelsey Norris alongside Krista Ritz. Krista, today we're going to be talking about some COVID-19 data around campus and some new ways that we're collecting that data. What else are we talking about?
We're going to be talking about our first wellness day last week, as well as talking with the football team about how their game went. So stay tuned.
Welcome to JambarTV. This is your student news.
The Youngstown State University community experienced a loss last week. Michael Haney, coordinator of student conduct, died February 16th. According to his obituary and a GoFundMe for funeral expenses that was set up by his sister, he died of complications related to COVID-19. He was 27. Haney advised the Residential Housing Association and Theta Chi fraternity, as well as creating the At Home with Haney cooking series for students. Housing and Residence Life and Student Conduct extended their condolences to Haney's family. Students can reach out to counseling services for any support.
Last week, the Jambar had a week off to enjoy our first wellness day. Instead of a week-long spring break, the university announced YSU students and faculty would get a few days off sprinkled throughout the semester. President Jim Tressel released a statement saying he believes this approach to spring break is in the best interest of the physical and mental well-being of the entire YSU community. The next wellness days are Thursday, March 11th and Friday, March 12th, kicking off a long weekend. The last two wellness days are on April 7th and April 23rd. Look for Jambar reporters on campus next week getting the student perspective.
After Eddie Howard, the vice president for student affairs, left the university last semester, YSU restructured the department to better suit students' needs. Student affairs is now divided into the offices of student experience, dean of students, and student enrollment and business services.
So all of those areas have really taken a team approach in trying to make sure our students' needs are met right now as we're still continuing to prepare for when we are post-COVID.
The departments will use the restructuring to provide mental health and stress management services.
If the winter blues are getting you down, Lit Youngstown offers events to fire up your creative writing inspiration. Jambar reporter Aileen Blaine explores all the events.
Tune in at 7 p.m. Sunday nights on YouTube to the New Book News series, highlighting books published during the pandemic. Featured authors read passages from their works and engage in conversations after. Poet and novelist Kevin Carey says he enjoys the connection to the literary world the series provides.
Thank God for having just the ability to still stay in touch with the literary world and listen to each other's work. And, I can't imagine the void that would be there if we didn't have, the capacity to do it this way.
Author and editor Kim Roberts says she hopes to participate in future Lit Youngstown events.
It draws a bigger audience. It draws people who might tune in for one of the writers and then find out about two others who have just published something recently. So it's smart marketing, and she has really increased her outreach since the pandemic started.
I'm Aileen Blaine, reporting for JambarTV.
For a calendar of upcoming events or for more information, visit lityoungstown.com.
The YSU Center for Workforce Education and Innovation will help teach the community some industry skills.
The programs that we're creating are really going to be focused on credential programs, certificate programs, industry designed needs. And so think of those general studies students who, maybe they can take some of these credentialing programs like the IBM pre-apprenticeship IT program or some of the other initiatives we're getting ready to stand up so that they can, stack on some of these credentials to get some new skills and increase their marketability out in the job world.
Construction work on the Excellence Training Center is slated to finish in April.
Almost a year after YSU graduate Emily Henline was accepted into the Fulbright program, she touched down in Seoul, South Korea to begin her journey. She graduated from YSU last spring with a degree in integrated language arts and English, but learned Korean, completed a study abroad program in 2017. She applied to the competitive program to study the effects of colonization on the Korean language, but had to defer her acceptance due to travel restrictions after getting out of a mandatory 2-week quarantine this week. She's excited to begin her journey as the first YSU Fulbright scholar in over 5 years.
I'm really looking forward to my classes because I did research on professors for my Fulbright before I came. And one of the professors I did some research on and I really want to learn from is teaching 2 of my classes this semester. So I'm really hoping to make connections with him and try to, get my thesis going.
Customers of Stone Fruit Coffee donated over 1,000 bags of coffee to Valley Hospital workers. At nearly 250 bags a week, the frontline workers received a morale boost and were amazed by the community support. Mike Cupp co-owns the campus location and is grateful for the project's success.
One of the biggest thing is, it's Youngstown, it's the community support. They see that we're giving and they want to come and support us.
Stone Fruit Coffee was able to partner with 898 Marketing, White Glove Payroll, and Jet Creative for this donation.
COVID-19 shows up in unexpected places, including our sewage. YSU implemented a new wastewater testing program to stay ahead of the coronavirus curve. Jambar reporter Abigail Cloutier sat down with those heading off the program to get the full story.
These black barrels are protecting auto samplers on campus. They're the first important step in a project to detect COVID-19 in our sewage. Microbiology professor Chet Cooper explains how it's effective in helping YSU stay ahead of the curve.
And we're looking for significant increases in the amount of viral RNA, which is what you're actually measuring. And that's indicative of the amount of virus in the wastewater, which one would presume is indicative of the presence of virus in the residential area. Peer-reviewed studies have shown that people who are infected with the coronavirus, part of that infection also established itself in the intestinal tract. And so people who are infected begin to shed the virus about 2 days before they actually start showing symptoms.
Cooper and 3 biology students go around campus twice a week to gather the samples collected by equipment sent by the Ohio Department of Health. Then they package it and send it off to a lab in Texas for analysis. Associate Vice President of Facilities and Maintenance John Hyden helped set up the initiative.
They gave us the devices. They give us a lot of support, and yes, they also provide funding for us to conduct the testing. And one of the nice things about that is it gives some of our students an opportunity to earn a little bit of money, 1, and 2, gain some really valuable experience, real life experience. This is not the sort of thing that's ever been done around here, and there are probably an awful lot of biology, chemistry students that, while it might not be a glamorous job, it's real life what they need to understand and know how to do, and so it's good experience that they might not otherwise see.
Sophomore biology major Brooke Broker is excited to get some real microbiology experience through the project.
It's really interesting to be in a lab and do more in-depth experiments than just a normal lab, for normal classes, because I've enjoyed lab and I just want to get more in-depth lab work.
Live from the Jambar newsroom, Thomas Kushner has the latest campus coronavirus cases.
I'm Thomas Kushner from the Jambar newsroom. This week, YSU reported 18 new cases of COVID-19, 12 students living off campus, 4 students on campus, and 2 university employees. Through CVS, YSU tested 126 students and staff, and only 3 tested positive. The week before, YSU reported just 16 COVID-19 cases. These are the first 2 weeks new cases have dipped below 20 for the spring semester. A total of 544 COVID-19 cases have been confirmed by YSU since August 1st. For the latest numbers, be sure to check out YSU's COVID-19 dashboard, which is updated every Monday. After the break, Abigail Cloutier sits down with a MOG library curator to discuss the COVID Voices project. So stay safe and stay tuned.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you gotta work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana and I am why I'm proud.
As a former quarterback here at Youngstown State, I understand what it takes to be the very best. By becoming a member of the Penguin Club, you can help provide the support necessary for all YSU student athletes to be their very best. You'll receive great benefits like priority season tickets, game day parking, and access to hospitality rooms. To join the Penguin Club, call 330-941-1YSU or go to ysusports.com.
Hey kid, you want to try some exercise?
Wait, what? What's going on right now?
Yeah, man, exercise.
I don't know. I don't know if I should even be talking to you right now.
It's got lots of benefits.
Okay.
The benefits of exercise include increased levels of energy, higher quality of sleep, better muscle and bone strength, improved memory, and clearer skin.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Abigail Cloutier here with Cassie Nespor from the MOG Library to talk about the COVID Voices project. So Cassie, for our listeners at home, what kind of submissions are you looking for the MOG Library in regards to COVID?
In MOG Library, I work in the university archives, and when the pandemic hit last spring, I started saving materials about how the university responded to the shutdown and reformulating classes. And as that project went on, I realized it was really difficult to get documents about what the students and faculty and staff were feeling about the way work and studying had changed. And so this project really came about as a way to get people to tell me and tell the university archives what it's been like for them. And the main goal is that researchers in the future will be able to read these experiences and kind of get an idea of what it was like to live through this really different time.
So what kind of submissions are you looking for specifically?
Every experience is different during this COVID time. So people who are related to the university in some way. We are a repository for the history of the university. So whatever role you are in the university, whether you work here, you teach here, you're a student, any of those connections to the university, we would like those experiences. And it's an easy online web form, so you don't have to come here and submit it or anything like that.
So why was this an important project for the library to undertake?
To my knowledge, we are the only people who are responsible for collecting the history of the university. And I feel like this is a very important chapter in that history, how we all changed and rose to the challenge of continuing to do the work that we do and the studies that we're doing during this difficult time. So it's important to collect those very personal stories too. For me, when I study history, I look for those details about people's lives that sometimes get lost in those broader stories. So I'm hoping that by collecting these stories in the future, when people read them, it will clarify and provide some detail and some richness to what it was like.
Okay, and what are the submission deadlines for anybody looking to give you their experience?
I don't really have a deadline right now. I feel like it's going to take some time for people to process what this has been like, and they might not be ready to talk about it yet. So for now, I'm just going to keep it open, I would imagine, through the summer at least, and it's just a submission form right off the MOG Library website, the main page.
And people might not think that their experiences are important, but why would you encourage them to submit?
Every story has been so unique. Every single person I talk to has a different experience, whether it's loneliness. I'm a parent. I'm feeling overwhelmed every day. So I feel like there's so many extremes to this pandemic and so many different parts of our lives that have really been highlighted. So I would encourage everybody to take some time to think about it. And if you can put something together and submit it on the online form, we accept text and photographs. We can even do short videos, whatever medium you want to do.
All right, great. After the break, we'll have our student life news.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex and I'm Y and proud.
As a former quarterback here at Youngstown State, I understand what it takes to be the very best. By becoming a member of the Penguin Club, you can help provide the support necessary for all YSU student athletes to be their very best. You'll receive great benefits like priority season tickets, game day parking, and access to hospitality rooms. To join the Penguin Club, call 330-941-1YSU or go to ysusports.com.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud. You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Gabrielle Loins. WYSU annually airs special programming to celebrate Black History Month. This year, the station aired multiple specials honoring various Black historical figures.
WYSU hosted a variety of programming highlighting many Black historical figures in a variety of ways. One of these programs was a two-part music-based show titled Songs for the Struggle, Jazz and the Civil Rights Movement.
Into a bunch of musicians like Louis Armstrong, Cassandra Wilson, Billie Holiday, Duke Ellington, and how their music in both subtle and unsubtle ways called attention to civil rights issues.
Another program was an episode of the NPR show Throughline, which featured profiles of various famous Black women throughout history.
One of their first episodes will be a Black History Month special that will feature profiles of jazz vocalist Billie Holiday and United States politician Shirley Chisholm.
While the special weekend programming has ended for the month, readers can still tune into shows like Gary Sexton's classical music program.
A couple days ago, I featured a work called Three Black Kings by Duke Ellington. William Grant Still, maybe the most famous classical African-American composer, has been featured 2 or 3 times. Florence Price, another one that a lot of people don't know, but it was a fantastic composer, ignored more than she should have been in this century.
But WYSU's selection wasn't the only music floating around campus. This week, the Cliff College of Creative Arts and Communication continues the third season of the Donald P. Pepino Performing Arts Series. This week's guest musician is Du Yun, a Pulitzer Prize winner composer. She gave a virtual master class in performance Wednesday. If you're looking for a night out in Youngstown Phantoms, hockey might be the ticket. The Phantoms have college favorite promos like Drink in the Rink. Every Saturday home game, beers are $1 until the end of second intermission. The head coach says the Phantoms have a loud 6 feet apart crowd.
Yeah, it's been terrific with everything we've been through. When I say we, that's everyone, everyone in the world. You know, to feel the support, it's huge, and that's what these guys play for. They play for, you know, to play in front of people, and you know, you get that sense of community, and I think that's been something terrific with all the things that, like I said, we've been through in the past 12 months.
The Phantoms have 6 promotional nights left on the schedule. For more, visit youngstownphantoms.com. After a cold hockey game, warm up with some hot cocoa. Student activities hosted at home tutorial for hot cocoa bombs led by One Hot Cookie yesterday and Wednesday. It provided students with 75 take-home kits to follow along.
We're partnering with One Hot Cookie on this program, and they've been a great partner in the past, working with us on events, and it's great to support local small businesses.
If you miss both nights, don't worry. One Hot Cookie has tutorials on how to make hot cocoa bombs on his YouTube channel and Facebook. After the break, Ben Lulai and Trey Turner get into football's first game and more.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State, and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex, and I'm Y and proud.
As a former quarterback here at Youngstown State, I understand what it takes to be the very best. By becoming a member of the Penguin Club, you can help provide the support necessary for all YSU student athletes to be their very best. You'll receive great benefits like priority season tickets, game day parking, and access to hospitality rooms. To join the Penguin Club, call 330-941-1YSU or go to ysusports.com.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud. You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Welcome back to JambarTV. I'm Ben Lulai alongside Trey Turner. YSU football kicked off their season Sunday against North Dakota State. Jambar reporter Jordan Boitnott has more.
Let's go. YSU football opened up their season Sunday against North Dakota State with a 25-7 loss. Coach Doug Phillips had some takeaways about the team from his head coaching debut.
Wanted to see how our young men would react in adverse conditions. And the one thing we said before the game, don't look at the scoreboard. Even if you're up 14-0, down 14-0, that we're going to evaluate, number one, on your attitude. We're going to evaluate on your effort. We're going to evaluate on how competitive you are each and every down. So we're able to do that. And when we walked away, believe our kids competed, believe our kids stuck together when things got tough.
Defensive end Joe Jackson said he loved the team's mentality all throughout the game.
I think the biggest thing is just everybody stayed together. There was no arguing on the sideline. There was no pointing fingers. Everyone was just trying to figure out what we needed to do to get the win. So I love that about us, and I love how hard we fought through adversity. So it's a great sign.
Coach Phillips said the team needs to make some improvements.
I thought we kept our defense on the field way too long in the first half. We took care of that a little bit in the second half. I think our time of possession was 31 minutes, which, you know, is if you wouldn't realize that you had the ball that much without getting those first downs in the first half. So we got to take care of our defense. We got to create some explosives. You know, if you look at the touchdown drives North Dakota State had, it was probably off explosive plays, whether it was a big run. So we got to eliminate that.
The Penguins will have their home opener this Saturday at noon against Northern Iowa.
Even though football is back in action, not everything is the same. The marching part of Youngstown State University will be back in action for spring football. At the home opener this weekend, they're gearing up to perform in a different fashion. Jambar reporter Kelsey Norris has more.
Traditionally, the YSU Marching Pride welcomes the team onto the field with the fight song before each game. Due to COVID-19 protocols from the Missouri Valley Football Conference, the band will be confined to the stands this year.
We're actually going to be stationed right here on the visitor side centered. The conference agreed for no field access for basically non-players or essential staff, which is fine. We kind of anticipated that.
Band members wear special masks during rehearsals that are sleeved and can be worn while playing. Brass instrumentalists use bell covers to contain the spread of germs, in addition to social distancing. Their director described the group's anticipation for the home opener.
So excited, especially because a lot of our peers that make music in Youngstown don't have the opportunity. So it's really nice for us to get out and do what we're here for. So we have the new coach, Coach Doug Phillips, and we're really excited to see what he brings to the table. I think it's going to be a great season for YSU, and as the marching band, we're excited to watch football and be a part of that experience.
Be sure to check out ysusports.com for COVID-19 capacity protocols and information on game tickets. For JambarTV, I'm Kelsey Norris.
The Youngstown State men's basketball team recently ended its regular season. The Penguins won at Purdue Fort Wayne February 12th and 13th. The team swept the Mastodons by the scores of 84-70 and 72-70. The men played again last weekend against IUPUI. The team split the weekend, winning 77-70 on Saturday and losing 72-70 on Friday. Earlier this week, Nasbo Hannon, Garrett Covington, and Shamar Rathan Mays received Horizon League postseason honors.
It's a great accolade, personal accolade, but like me and Coach talked about earlier on, it's just one of those things that happen when you play the right way for a certain amount of time, and it's something that happens along the quest of trying to get to where you want to get to. It's fine to look back on years down the line, but the ultimate goal is to win these 4 games.
Thank you for tuning in to Jambar TV. Make sure to pick up this week's Jambar for all the stories we covered in today's episode. And as always, stay safe and hope to see you next week, Penguins.
Support for Jambar TV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.
As a former quarterback here at Youngstown State, I understand what it takes to be the very best. By becoming a member of the Penguin Club, you can help provide the support necessary for all YSU student athletes to be their very best. You'll receive great benefits like priority season tickets, game day parking, and access to hospitality rooms. To join the Penguin Club, call 330-941-1YSU or go to ysusports.com.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.